Happy Krishna Janmashtami. I'm wishing you and your families a happy and blissful day, and happy Krishna Janmashtami. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Stories. Today we're going to be sharing with you a few Krishna stories by Amazingly Blissfully Divine. Chapter 1. The Divine Prophecy. Once upon a time there lived a cruel and evil-minded king named Kamsa. One day, while Kamsa was escorting Devaki and Vasudeva home from their wedding, all of a sudden a voice boomed out from the sky. "Why are you taking Devaki home? Don't you know that her 8th child is destined to kill you?" Chapter 2. Devaki and Vasudeva imprisoned. Immediately after the voice boomed out, Kamsa threatened to kill Devaki to save his life. Vasudeva begged Kamsa to spare Devaki's life and also promised to hand over each and every one of Devaki's children. Kamsa was pacified but immediately put Devaki and Vasudeva behind bars. Chapter 3. Krishna's Birth. After Kamsa put Devaki and Vasudeva behind bars and told the guards to guard the prison cell, every time Devaki gave birth to a child, the guards would inform Kamsa of the child's birth, and Kamsa would storm into the jail cell and kill the baby by dashing it against the wall. When Devaki was pregnant for the 7th time, the unborn baby Balaram was miraculously transferred into Rohini's womb in Gokul. Kamsa was told that it had been a stillbirth. Vasudeva and Devaki's 8th child Krishna was born at midnight. Chapter 4. Krishna carried to Gokul. As soon as Krishna was born, the guards guarding Devaki and Vasudeva's cell fell into a deep slumber and every lock fell open, and Vishnu appeared in his 4-armed form and informed Vasudeva to carry the child Krishna to Gokul. Vasudeva ventured across the Yamuna river in a stormy night in order to save the child from the evil hands of Kamsa. Chapter 5. The Divine Switch. Vasudeva and Krishna were welcomed with open arms as soon as they approached the residence of Nanda Maharaj. And he took the child of Vasudeva and handed him Yashoda's newborn baby girl, Yogamaya, and wished him well for his journey back home to Mathura, and consoled him with words of wisdom that everything will be over soon, i.e., Kamsa will meet his desired end. Chapter 6. Kamsa informed of Krishna transferred. Meanwhile, back in the cell, Kamsa gets informed of the 8th child being born. He immediately stumbled off his throne trying to get to Vasudeva's cell. As soon as Kamsa tries to smash his infant niece against a stone slab, Yogamaya, in her 8-handed divine form, confuses, bewilders, perplexes, and scares Kamsa, revealing that his enemy is already born and transferred safe and sound. Chapter 7. The Deliverance of Putna. Kamsa was desperate to kill Krishna, so he sent for the fearful demoness Putna, who was always hankering for the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. And even though she offered her poison-smeared breast to the Lord, she was granted the position of motherhood and attained the greatest achievement, hence deliverance. Chapter 8. Krishna takes what's his. Krishna, the eternal ruler of hearts, stole butter from the neighborhood, hence addressed as Makanchur, butter thief. Krishna stole hearts, Chitchur, that were pure and soft as butter, to teach us that our hearts should be spotless, with no room and space for anger, pride, greed, envy, hatred, and ego. Instead, we should have pure, blissful, eternal Krishna prema, love. Chapter 9. Nalakuver and Manigriv. One day, Yashoda had had enough of Krishna's pranks, so she tied him to a mortar. In order to escape from the clutches of the rope, he crawled between two arjun trees until the mortar got stuck in the gap. Taking advantage of this, he crawled harder until all of a sudden the two arjun trees came crashing down, and out popped Nalakuver and Manigriv. Chapter 10. The Divine Cosmic Creation. Once when baby Krishna was playing, he stuffed a handful of mud in his mouth. So his cowherd friends informed Yashoda of this, and Yashoda came running to check if this was true. So she told Krishna to open his mouth. Initially he refused to, but when Yashoda gave him a stern look, Krishna obliged. What was revealed to Yashoda wasn't mud, but the entire cosmic creation. Chapter 11. The Deliverance of Trinidad. Once, while Krishna was playing in the courtyard, the demon Trinidad appeared in the form of a whirlwind and whisked Krishna far and high up into the sky, while the whole village was covered with dense clouds. After everything was being blown around hither and thither, all of a sudden Krishna made his weight unbearably heavy, so that Trinidad could hardly cope and tried to break free. That's when Krishna tightened his grip around Trinidad's neck. And that's when Trinidad came crashing down to the ground with a thunderous thud and met his maker. Chapter 12. The Demise of the Demon Vatsasur. Once, while Krishna, Balaram and his friends were playing on the banks of the river Yamuna, the demon Vatsasur infiltrated their camp in the form of a calf with the intention of harming Krishna. However, noticing the calf's odd and suspicious behavior, Krishna alerted Balaram. Then, while silently approaching the demon, Krishna grabbed hold of his hind legs, whipped him around violently and forcibly, and threw him high up into a tree. The demon then fell down to the ground and lay there lifelessly. Chapter 13. Bhaskara meets his maker. Once, while Krishna, Balaram and his friends were tending the cows, the demon friend of Kamsa, Bhaskara, stormed into the scene, swallowing Krishna whole. Immediately after feeling a burning and fiery sensation in his throat, Bhaskara was forced to release Krishna due to his glowing effulgence. Bhaskara still relentlessly pecked and continuously attacked Krishna. Krishna caught hold of the gigantic heron by the two halves of his beak and bifurcated his mouth, just as a child very easily splits a blade of grass, and putting an end to Bhaskara's misery. Chapter 14. Aghasura seeks revenge. Having been instigated by Kamsa, Aghasur, seeking revenge for the death of his sister Putna and his brother Bakasur, decided to kill Krishna, his friends, and his herds of cows. He used his mystic powers to transform into a ginormous serpent and stretched his mouth to resemble a giant mountain cave, thus luring his targets inside. Chapter 15. The End of Aghasur. Due to their adventurous nature, Krishna's friends wandered in voluntarily and confident that if anything unfavorable were to happen, Krishna would come to the rescue. After some deliberation, he also entered the mouth of the demon Aghasur. While the demon was trying to kill Krishna and his companions, Krishna immediately expanded himself to choke Aghasur. His big eyes moved violently and quickly suffocating Aghasura's life air burst out of a hole in the upper part of his skull, thus ending Aghasura's life. Look out for these chapters in the next video. Chapter 16, Brahma's Illusion. Chapter 17, Prayers Offerings by Lord Brahma. Chapter 18, Donkey Kong Denakasura Gets Conned. Chapter 19, The Overpowering of Galia. Thank you guys for watching. Hope I can see you in the next video. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Happy Krishna Janmashtami, guys. Have a nice and blissful day, and Hare Krishna.